Hello viewers, welcome to educators.com. This is Venkatramana Gandhi. In the last session, we were discussing about how to create the UI and all. Now, in this session, we'll discuss how to insert the data into the database using our UI. So here, to insert the data, first we have to create the insert method in the corresponding database helper class which we created in our previous sessions. So then call your getWriteableDatabase method which will help us to insert the data or write the data to the database, and just get an instance of your content values class. Okay, so this content values class will support us to insert the row of the data or the set of the values to the database. So if you want to add the values to the database, we use put method on a content values instance. And this is going to take your the corresponding name of the field where you would like to insert the data and what data you are inserting here. Finally, insert the data using your UI which we created in our earlier session. Now come to your helper class database helper class which we created in our earlier sessions. So create a method to insert the data. So just this is what we have created in our earlier class. So if you want to insert the data or if you want to create the data, we use getWriteableDatabase on your SQL database object which is already created here. Now we'll insert the data. So create a method. So public, I'm going to take it as a boolean. I will explain why I'm taking boolean. So insert, simply I'm taking insert. It is going to add the values like name and email ID. So I'm going to add those to string name, comma. The second field is like email. This is what I'm going to enter the data. Open your method. So here it is saying an error like the return statement is missing. Add the return statement. Okay. Now in this, just create an instance of content values. But before that, what we should do? We should call getWriteableDatabase. Okay. So db is equals to this dot getWriteableDatabase, which will allow us to write something to the database. And now create an instance of the content values class. So I'm just simply naming it as CV is equals to new content values and with semicolon. Now just add the details using put method. CV.put, it is going to take the string first key name and the corresponding value. So in my case, the key name is like what? To enter a name, we use key name. So comma, and the next value is name. This is the parameter, what the value we are getting it. So pass it here and do the same for the next one also. To enter an email ID, use put method. So here you people can check with that particular thing. So just take the next one as key email. That was the key which I created already in the earlier sessions, and the value is email. So this is all done. Now what we have to do is like we should insert the data. So just what we use like db dot insert. So where do we insert? A table. So table name. So just call your database table and where we are setting it up. So now column hack, I'm not dealing with anything, pass it null, and the third parameter as content values, pass an object of content values CV, end with semicolon. Okay, this is how we insert the data. But how would I know that the data has been inserted or not? Okay, so for that I'm going to pass it to a long object result I am taking. Okay, is equals to db.insert means I'm storing that value in a result variable. So now we'll check the condition here. So whether the data has been inserted or not. So for that to know, so just click on this particular control and click on the insert method. It will open it. So insert SQL database class here. So this is going to take our stub. It's not displaying properly. Come back and click on this. Control enter. Control click. That's not opening actually. So it will return -1 if the data is not inserted. If it is returned, it will show you true. So the -1 false. You can see here that somewhere in this particular class, go through that class and find it out. Now we'll check a small condition. If result is equals to -1, then we'll return false, else return true. Means the data has been, else return true, data inserted. Okay, so this is all about how to create an insert method, but we did not use this here. So now go to your main activity and insert the data. So now go to your main activity. Already I got my instance of the database helper. So first of all, I'd like to go with my UI process. So where I did not set any listener function, so for directly from onClick method, I'm going to save it. So use an attribute called onClick attribute. So just I'm going to save a method called insert data. So from here itself, I'll create my method in my activity. So create insert data in your main activity. So I'll do whatever I want in this particular method. So first of all, before that, I should load all of the views, whatever I required, like my name, email and ID, all these values, the button values must be loaded here. Okay, but button I don't require because I'm using onClick attribute. Defaultly, it will do everything for me. You need not to load, and you can using find view by ID method, set onClick listener. There is no all these things. Simply directly you can do it. Now come here. So just I'm creating edit text variables. So I have three. One is name, email, comma ID. Just load all of them into your activity using find view by ID method. So the first one, name is equals to find view by ID method to find the view, but actually r dot id dot the name of that is like name. The ID I have provided is name. So, but this find view by ID method get only the view as we discussed earlier. So to cast it, we use cast the widget with your edit text. So do the same thing for remaining two edit text also. So what are they? The next one is email, and the ID is also email, and finally ID. The last is like call ID. This was an ID for this which I created in my UI file. So now simply come here and call your method called insert. That's it. So what was there? The DB helper one is like DB helper dot insert. So you can see here insert. It is going to take two values. One is the name and email ID. But how we receive? From these two edit text. Okay. Read the data. We already know how to read it. So name dot get text dot toString, where we can read the data from my name edit text. And the second parameter is email. So the same thing, email dot get text dot toString and with semicolon. So this is how the data will be inserted. But how would I know that this data has been inserted or not? So I'll do a small condition check here and pass a toast to the user that data is inserted or not inserted. So we made the data type or return of this method is like a boolean. So just check with boolean is inserted. Now just come back here and check the condition. If is inserted, it will show something to the user, else it will show something else to the user. Now we'll write what it is. I'm going to post a small toast here. So toast dot make text. The first one is the context, nothing but this or maybe the get application context method, whatever it is. The character is nothing but data inserted successfully or data inserted simply. And the last one is the duration of the toast, that is length short or length long. I'm taking length short, and you must call show method to visible to the user. The same I'm copying it here in else case. So data not inserted. Simple. Save this and run it on your emulator to see whether the data has been created or not. Means from the UI we will insert the data to the database now. The activity has launched successfully. Now give the name. The first I'm giving it as GVR, and email ID is gvr@gmail.com. And I don't require any ID for now as of now because I'm not dealing with any update or delete. So simply I'll click on save button. So this is going to take only 2. So it is saying that data inserted means the data has successfully inserted into the database. But how can we check? So as we know, we discussed in our earlier session, right? So open your Android device monitor. So and pull that file from that device and check it out whether the data has been inserted or not using the SQLite browser software or so SQLite Manager plugin for your Google Firefox, sorry, Mozilla Firefox. So go to data and again find one more folder called data. Go to your package name com.educators.com, so educator dot slash and database folder is there. This is my database. Pull this out from the device and store it on a desktop for the referral. Save this. Come back to your SQLite browser software. Open it to browse the location of the database. Open this and browse data here from that particular table called employees data. So ID is 1, GVR, the mail ID is gvr@gmail.com. This is how the data will be inserted to the database. Now I would like to add the 2 more values. Okay, and this should be refreshed whenever I insert the data. So for that, just simply go to your main activity.java. After this, inserting it should be refreshed. So here, just simply reset your name field and all using set text with empty parentheses. Copy this and paste it again. Do the same thing for email edit text as well. Save this, run it again. It won't take much time now. So open enable your integration, ADB integration, and launch the application on the emulator again. And we'll add the say other values now. So I'll change it to Sandy at yahoo.com. This is what we are entering. Click on save. The data inserted and the fields has been saved. So the next one is like Sudhir. Email is Sudhir at, sorry, go to the next, Sudhir at gmail.com. Click on save button. That automatically fields will be refreshed. If you want to check it now, the same process, go to this particular part and select this employees DB, pull it out and save it on a desktop. Go to your SQLite browser and browse it. And as usual, browse the data. It is not yet refreshed, it seems. I have restarted my Android device monitor. So go to this corresponding package educators.sqlite database. Databases folder. Pull this out. Store it on the desktop. Save this. Now from your SQLite browser software, open it. Employees data. So this is how it will be updated. So this is how we insert the data to the database in our Android. So thanks for watching educators.com. Let's catch up in the next session with further methods.